Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
All right, y'all. Let's move into the question of the day, though. It's in alignment with the thumbnail for the day, man. It's in alignment with that artwork. Romantic longevity with career women is what we're talking about in the question of the day. So the question of the day is, talk to me, chat. Y'all quiet in there, man. 333 if you with me. If you on the road, don't do nothing to hurt yourself. I understand if you ain't typing. Shout out to everybody that's sliding through. Question of the day, is there sustainability with the I want you, I don't need you type of women? So these women, the career successful women, or the women who have found their footing with their independence, and so they're stable in life in regards to adulting. Whether they do or do not have children, these women are stable in life when it comes to adulting, right? So these types of women who happen to still be single, if you try to embark on the journey of dating them or get into a relationship with them, is there sustainability issues with these types of women? Let's discuss what comes with these types of women. So I'll go back to the thumbnail, just showing you here, right? We got a businesswoman, then we have an entertainer, we have two entertainers, right? Film, music, we have business, the professional woman. These are women who have control to a degree over a lot of things around them. They have teams, they have people who are under them, things they're responsible for, payroll, etc., etc. These are boss babes, right? Beautiful chocolate sisters, I might add. But these women are successful, right? So when a man comes to the table, the providing part, well, oftentimes women who make a certain amount want a man who makes around what they make or more than what they make. They still want to operate in hypergamy. And so if they really, really like you, but you're not going to be a Grammy artist, a Grammy nominated artist type of pay scale brother, then at some point does that become the monkey wrench, right? Or the straw that's going to break the camel's back in the long run? Because again, this question is about sustainability. So is that going to be it, right? So if it's not about the hypergamy, let's say that you are a man that makes more than Kelly Rowland that was in the picture, or a man that makes more than the businesswoman, the CEO, the VP, the executive. You make a bit more, right? You got her beat by 50, 60, 70,000. So you still him in the house in her eyes, because a lot of women view a man's masculinity through his pockets, which I think is fundamentally wrong, but we'll make that a code language or something one day. So when we start thinking about sustainability, we got to think about what shit could get in the way down the road. And with these types of women, an executive woman, even if you make more, sometimes, and I'll tell y'all my personal belief, I have no stats to quantify this. This is purely an opinion. I don't believe that femininity has an on-off switch. Some women will say, they have to be in a more masculine role at their job and in their careers. But then when it comes to switching over into the home life and being a wife or a homemaker, a cook, whatever the case may be, they want to feel like they can operate more in their feminine. I don't believe that shit has an on-off switch. I think that if you bossed up in your career, that shit gonna spill over into the crib. Most people spend more hours doing their job than they do having leisure time at their house. So there's no way you're going to be this way most of the time, or this many hours a week. You're this way. You're operating in your masculine. And then when you go home for this minute amount of time in comparison, you're just so soft and warm. No, I believe women need to make a choice. Is there a time where your divine masculine has to kick in momentarily for certain circumstances? Maybe, but it's rare. Femininity for a woman is oftentimes going to be the greatest problem solver. Just staying soft, staying calm, staying reserved. Because something about it Even if a man isn't romantically attracted to the woman, even if a man isn't physically attracted to the woman, her just being gentle, soft, warm, it presents like, I need some help. Could you help me? And I sure would appreciate it. And it makes a man want to be helpful to a woman. It makes him want to get in the problem solving mode. And more than anything, it doesn't trigger the man, right? Because when women operate in what they call masculinity or strength, right? Their strength, they're strong, they have a voice too. When they want to overtalk you or stand up to you and all of that and let you know she is her and she's fierce and all this other shit. Well, what it does is it stimulates a man in a way that isn't necessarily going to be positive and conducive to a progressive discussion. So I think the professional or the boss women or the women that are very, very successful in their careers, I think more so than them feeling like men who make a certain amount, since they're high earners, men who make a certain amount are only qualified. I think more so than that, aside from just the financial part of it, I think these women have issues with trying to find balance when it comes to operating as a soft feminine woman and then being in spaces in a career space where you have to be the boss or in control or in command. It's not a lot of women who can walk that tightrope gracefully enough to sustain a relationship. I think at some point they end up being too much of the hard side naturally, based on what we just discussed. Naturally, they end up spilling over, and it can create a divide. These are just things I'm running over that could create the sustainability issues, because oftentimes, if y'all pay close attention, a lot of the women who are in that 10% of earners, whether it be male or female, a lot of the women that are inside of that population of people, the top 10% of earners in the country, a lot of them do have some level of notoriety, whether it be a YouTube content creator that makes a good significant amount, high six figures or whatever, because that puts you in there. Or whether it be somebody in the entertainment industry. And then you got your executives, you got your real estate people, but even they're getting reality shows and TV shows and high visibility and using their social media and stuff like that. So everybody's got a platform, everybody's got a following. So a lot of the women that are doing well, actually doing well like that, a lot of times, if y'all pay attention, they're single or they're in and out of relationships, and some of them even in and out of marriages. And that's what brought this question of the day up. Is there a sustainability issue, or is there sustainability with the I want you but I don't need you type of woman? Do you feel like, for the sake of sustainability, for being with a woman for the rest of y'all natural born lives, is it safe to say that that woman has to feel like she needs you? And it doesn't have to be for money, but does she need to feel like she needs you? My answer to that, simply put, is yes. I wouldn't be with a woman who says that to me. If a woman said to me, I want you, but I don't need you, then I don't want you. I want to be needed. I want to be needed. I want her to feel like I can't do this without you, and I don't want to do it without you either. Both of them. I want both. And I want to feel the same about her. I can't do it without you, nor do I want to do it without you. I want to go at this with you. We locked in. It's like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that there's a off rip is red flag. The I want you, I don't need you type of women, they red flag all in the dough. In the dough. And I think the thought process behind the I want you, I don't need you is a financially based statement. They feel like because they have stability in regards to adulting, that they feel like they just want a man. He's a bonus because, they already got their bills on auto pay. Like, life is more than being able to pay your bills on time. It's so much more. And even if you already travel, you going to get tired of traveling with the girls. Or sometimes over time, the girls end up getting married. It ain't going to stay that way forever, yo. Like, things in life have ebbs and flows. So this whole concept, like, I think, and then the problem be, this is the problem, and this is why I make this content, so women can hear this stuff coming from, my direction, or whether it come from someone else with a different delivery that gets through. But I think at some point in every woman's life, whether it be early or late, whenever, they do realize that they need a man, or that life would be better, or that life, with a man has value, something like that. It hits them. But for the ones who don't get it until like, beyond like 35 and 33 and all that, they normally learning the hard way. They realizing it, but they realizing it the hard way. You know what I mean? They hitting that wall versus being able to realize it from seeing the example from their parents, or being able to realize it from having, a great first love. Some people still marry their first love out here, y'all. It happens. So, I mean, there's different ways to come to realizations in life. That's just what it is. But I really do have sympathy for the ones that realize it when it's already super hard because of where they're at in life and how shit goes. They realize it when it's just gonna be tough for them to really secure that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of sympathy for that shit. But yeah, man, that's the question of the day. That was a good one.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and that heart in the flow. They don't know